Yeah. So, hey everyone, welcome to our team's happy hour team call. We call these happy hours now because it's kind of more fun than just saying team call. We're all here and we're also happy to be here. And if you are here and you are a guest, we want to welcome you. I know a few of our coaches have invited some friends. We've got some dogs on the call, I see, some kids. So welcome everyone. And I wanted to get started with some recognition, like we always start our calls, and then we're gonna have a guest speaker tonight, but let's kick this off. So first of all, I wanted to welcome all of our new coaches. If your name is up on this board, welcome to the team. Brand new, super exciting time for you. This is the time where, you're starting this business, and we're all really happy to have you here. We've all been in your shoes. We've all felt the feelings that you're feeling. Maybe you're a little nervous, maybe you're excited. Being nervous and being excited feel the same in your body, so you're probably excited. But we're really happy that you're here. And if you're on your first team call, then you're doing awesome already. You're on the right path. So welcome. Some things to help you get started with your business if you are brand new, and maybe this is a refresher for you if you are not, is to, number one, start your Beachbody challenge and get yourself some results. So what that means is you're going to plug into your program. You're going to commit to your program like it's your job, because it is, to get results and show up daily on your journey so that other people can see if you can do it, they can do it. And your body is your business. It doesn't necessarily mean you need to have a six-pack or you have to look a certain way. Everyone has a different body style and type. And, we've got moms, we've got busy people that work, we've got students, we've got all different types of people on our team, which makes it like such a beautiful thing. You just have to be you and share your journey authentically. And that is what is going to attract your people to you. There's no look to being a coach. There's no right way, wrong way to do it. This is your business, and you get to, be the creative brains for your business. You're the face. The products and programs are kind of in the background. They're the tools that we use to help people. But you, as the coach, you are your business. So you get to make it whatever you want to do. And that's just what's really awesome about this business, the creative aspect of it. So some things that you want to focus on every day, these are things that veteran coaches are doing. Like, I have been a coach for 6 years almost. I sound like an old lady saying that, but 6 years actually isn't really a long time in this type of thing. You go to college for 4 years, maybe you've had a job for 5-6 years. Like, it's really not a long time in the whole grand scheme of things. But these are things that I've been doing since day one. These are things that your coach has been doing since day one. These are things that you're going to be doing from day one, and you're never going to stop doing these things. So the first thing is being proof that the products work, which is basically showing up on your journey every day, sharing, not selling, just sharing what you're learning, sharing your results, sharing, your mindset's changing. All these things you're going to start recognizing. I do recommend maybe having a journal and writing down these things so that you have stuff to share on your social media, some goals that you've achieved or things that changes you're noticing in your body or your mindset. Keep track of that. So it's going to really make it easier for you to share those things authentically. Number two, you're going to connect, invite, and follow up. So it's really selfish to keep this to yourself. You're going to realize that this is an amazing gift that you have to share with people. And as you start to get yourself some results, you're going to feel amazing. People are going to notice. You want to share this with people. And if you really want to break it down to like the bare bones here, none of y'all would be here if you weren't invited. Nobody on this would be here on this call if somebody didn't have the courage to be like, hey, I'm doing this thing. It's making me feel amazing. I'm loving what I'm doing. I have an awesome community. You should join too. None of you would be here if your coach didn't invite you. So remember that when you're afraid to share this with people, you should have zero fear around it, because you're offering something that is so amazing, and you know that. So with that, you're connecting with people. You're inviting them. The connection piece is mainly for people that you don't really know. Like, a lot of us didn't know each other before this team was a thing. So that's where the connection piece comes into play. You're going to connect with people who are just like you, looking for the same things you were looking for. Maybe you're a teacher and you're connecting with other teachers, or maybe you're a mom and other moms are relating to you. That's really where the biggest part of this is, just really being yourself and connecting, inviting people to join you, and then following up with them. Don't just invite somebody and then never message them back again. I feel like that's probably the worst thing you could do, because it shows that person you're not really genuinely interested in helping them. And if you really did want to help that person, you would make a point to follow up with them. And also the fortunes and the follow-up. I'm sure everybody on this call had to have been invited at least more than one time. Maybe not. Maybe you're like a unicorn coach and you were invited once and you're like, hell yeah, sign me up. But that's just not the majority. So just keep that in mind. You're going to hear no. You're going to have to be okay with that. I hear no every single day, and I've been doing this for 6 years. It's not, I become immune to hearing no. Like, I still hear it, but I know that it's always a no for right now, because there are people that have told me no that are on this team now. So remember that. Don't let them kind of deter you. And the third thing is helping people get results. That's what we do as coaches. You get them plugged into your challenge group that your coach has plugged you into, or maybe you decide you want to run your own, or you run one with a teammate. But helping people on their journey, holding them accountable. You don't have to know everything. You just have to be there to help support them. And then number 4 is doing personal development. Personal development is 2 things. It's personal, which means it's for you, and it's development, which means you're doing something with it. You're applying it to your life. So don't just pick a book and read it for 5 minutes or 10 minutes and check the box on your BAT, which is your business activity tracker, just to do it. Make sure that you're doing something that is actually something that you need right now, and something that's going to be able to apply to your business. So whether that's reading The Compound Effect if you're brand new, The Slight Edge, these are some really great books. If you're on this call and you have a great recommendation for a PD book for a new coach, if you could drop that in the chat box, I think that would be great. I know we're all reading different things. We're all at different points in our business, but it's nice to have some recommendations from other people on your team that, maybe a book that I don't know, or maybe Emmy has a favorite book that she's read that was helpful to her. So if you want to share those, that would be helpful. Okay, so number 3, you want to hit Success Club. This is something that you should be doing as a coach, not just as a new coach, but every coach who wants to help people and wants to succeed and grow their business. Success Club is what you want to aim for, whether you're here to build a 6-7 figure business, because yes, that is possible, or you're here to just pay for your shakes and, get those covered every month. You should aim to hit Success Club either way, because Success Club creates momentum in your business, and it also is going to make sure that you're never paying for your shakes ever. So helping 3 people every single month get signed up just like you did with a challenge pack is going to do that for you. 3 people, it's not a lot of people. I want you to look at it as you want to change 3 lives, not you want to get 6 points. And you'll see later in this call, we're going to recognize some coaches that are in Success Club and coaches who are on the board. We're really focusing on the lives that we're changing, not the points that we're earning. And I want to make that very clear, because that's why we're here. That's why we do what we do. Then with that, something else that you can kind of knock out at the same time is hitting Emerald. And this just means that you're signing up 2 people to be a part of your team. They're signing up as coaches. They do not have to work the business. Maybe you're here to build a business, and that's amazing. We're really happy that you are here to do that. So there are some coaches who have been on our team who are just here for the discount, and that's totally fine. Like, I signed up for the discount at first, and then I realized, like, whoa, I'm sitting on a gold mine, probably should do something about it. But you maybe, like, your mom wants to drink Shakeology, or you have a significant other, or like a partner or a sister or a brother, like anyone that wants to help you with your business. They do not have to work the business unless, of course, they want to, which is awesome. But having it's kind of like a controlled account. So if you've got a spouse or someone who's willing to help you out, it is a really beneficial thing to have them signed up, especially in the beginning, because as you build, they're also going to benefit from everything that you've built. So if you want to be like, if you are kind of looking long-term, get your spouse signed up ASAP. You can reach out to your coach and they'll kind of talk about the different options for that, but definitely do it if you're really serious about having success in this business. And then another thing that's really amazing is you can become a success starter. And that just means that you've helped 3 people in your first, like 3 out of 6 months. So let's say you signed up in March. You have March, April, May, June, July, August. 3 out of those 6 months, if you've helped 3 people, like 3 of those months, you're what's called a success starter, and you will get a free ticket to Summit, which is our big annual conference where we all get together and work out live with the trainers and go to parties and just have a grand old time. You also will get to be in a test group for a brand new program that has not been announced yet, which is super exciting. If you've never been in a test group before, it's definitely something that you want to have on your bucket list, because I've done it and it's just an amazing experience. You get to work kind of one-on-one with the trainer, and you're the first people to do the program before anybody else does. So that's another benefit of being a success starter as well. And then also, it will help the team achieve what is called elite. You'll be contributing to the team's elite ranking score and all that, which, you know, don't worry so much about the numbers and everything, but you're helping your team like move up, which is really awesome to know that everybody is a part of this. And whether it's your coach or whatever, like you're helping, like us all showing up every day is helping you reach your goals, and it's also contributing to everybody else's goals on the team, which is awesome. And then number 4, you want to complete your new coach launch plan, which you will get from your coach. If I'm your coach, I sent it to you in an email. If I'm not your coach, just reach out to your coach and ask them for it. And it is a PDF. It's going to walk you through some things to help you get started. Has a couple of links on there for some videos that Beachbody has put out to help you set up your office and all that good stuff. And then just plug into the team calls every Tuesday. If you're here, you're doing it right. And then duplicate. So basically, whatever you're learning, you want to teach your coaches how to do that. This is a duplication business. Once you learn how to do something, you're able to tell somebody else how to do it. And also, the best way to learn is to teach others. That's something that, I forget who said that. I think it was John Maxwell, but it's so true. I learn better when I'm teaching other people what I'm also learning too. Okay, so let's recognize our Success Club leaders. So far this month, we have locked into Success Club myself, Emmy, Natalie, Sammy, and Sarah. As you can see, there are no numbers next to names because I don't want people to focus on the numbers. I want everyone to just focus on helping people, and you're either in or you're not. And that's just how we're gonna be doing that. So on the board, we also have Allison, Brittany, Faith, Holly, Jackie, Katie, Madeline, Margaret, Norm, which is also Natalie, Peyton, Sammy, and Savannah. So congratulations to everyone who is up on this board. If you're not up here yet, you definitely still have time to get up here. Team volume leaders, we have our top team volume leader of the week, Sammy Motts with 291. And then also on the board, we have Ryan, Natalie, Madeline, Emmy, Adrian, Michael, Chelsea, Carolyn Walker, Christy, Margaret, Brittany, myself, Sarah, Mimi, Molly, and Kara. So congratulations to all of our volume leaders. Our leaderboard, as you can see, we are also recognizing Volume Weekly. And Success Club is next to your name. If you can't see it, it's super teeny, but it's up there. So shout out to everyone who has made the leaderboard this week. Shout out to our Coach of the Week, Natalie, and our 1,000 Club, we have Emmy and myself. And also everyone in the 500 Club, 350 Club, 250 Club, and 150 Club. You're rocking it, and you're adding volume to the team. Those of you with an emerald next to your name, go you, because you are earning a part of that volume. As an emerald coach, you earn team cycle bonus. If you are up here and you've got numbers next to your name and you're not an emerald, get your butt to emerald so that you can actually collect that volume that you're contributing to the team. Team calendar, we go over this every week, but those of you who are new, make sure that you just kind of know what's going on. You can find this in the team page. I'm also doing a Success Club incentive, so if you want to earn a free collagen boost or a Power Greens boost, anyone who's a PS coach of mine or Taylor's or doesn't have a diamond upline other than myself, if you hit Success Club 5 this month, if 10 of you do, I'm going to raffle off one of these boosts. So keep working on that. What is new, today is the last day of the Emoji Madness group. So those of you who are in there, you're crushing it. I have to go in and see who locked in the 21 emojis, but I know that there are several of you. Our virtual gym is also now open. So it is open from 5 a.m. to 10-ish a.m. And we also have an afternoon session now between 4 and 7 p.m. Eastern time. And this is basically a Zoom link that you hop on and you can work out with everyone who's on there. Your coach might have one for you that you're already using, and that's fine. But this one is also available to anyone who wants to hop on and get a workout done if, you know, the other times just don't work for you. We just want to really accommodate as many people as we can. The 10 rounds is available. If you haven't gotten that yet, get on that. Challengers can purchase April 6th, but as coaches, we're able to get early access to that. There's also a PDF in the team page that I've shared that has links to some free workouts, and I have a lot of really other awesome stuff that I'm going to be sharing in there that I've kind of put together. So look out for that. Things to help people who are stuck at home. And then we have kids workouts that are available now. If you haven't seen that on Vimeo, Beachbody made a free channel so you can access all of those right on there, and they're available to you just to kind of share with people. Alrighty, so what is happening. Obviously, we know 10 rounds is available. So just kind of, if you have any questions about it, check out the FAQ. I know a lot of coaches have already started doing it, and it's been really fun to see everyone doing those workouts. Randy's doing it. She's shaking her head. She's excited about it. So I haven't started the program yet because we're finishing 80-day obsession, but we've done the sample workout, and it was really awesome. Also, just kind of a note here, the passwords for your Beachbody, your on-demand, it's going to be, they're going to ask you to reset your password. So if you get a notice about that, it is legitimate. It's not like anything weird. So just make sure that you do that, I guess. The kids workouts I already mentioned, these are available on Vimeo, and the link is actually right here in the slide, but I'm going to share these in the team page after, so you can pull it right off of here if you want to share that. Sean T launched some brand new workouts as well that are on demand, that are available for free. So if you want to share those with people who just kind of need something to get up and get moving and bumping around while they're just kind of sitting home, that's another way that you can add value and help people right now. I already talked about this last week, but Coach Office looks a little different now, and our social media shout out. So our first social media shout out of the week is Kim Steiner. I just love this picture. It's super cute, but she made a post about how, you know, she was very real and open and honest about the whole quarantine thing and how she has been, you know, how it's affecting her life. And she also was able to talk about how, you know, we have these tools, we have this community, we're so lucky and blessed to have this. So I think that she took a situation that's kind of obviously not something that we all want to be going through and flipped it around and made it a positive. So I wanted to shout her out for that. And also the picture is super cute. I'm sure she used her timer on her phone. So love that. And then I wanted to shout out Allison as well, because she was not only just showing people that they can work out from home during this quarantine, she invited them to, you know, be a part of this free community where, you know, she's sharing workouts. And also it's a great quality photo. I don't know what you used to edit it, but I love it. So I also wanted to make note of that as well. So shout out to the two of you for your post showing people that they can get healthy and fit while they are stuck in their homes. We have 2 transformation shout outs this week because they were just like both too good to just pick one. So the first one is Sarah Jennings, and her post was a little bit different. It wasn't just a physical transformation post. It was really talking about how a year ago, you know, or a couple years ago, she was talking about how one day she's going to be out of the retail world and she's not going to be working in retail anymore. And now today she is no longer working in retail. She is working at the coach full time. She's also a mama now and she's crushing it. And I think that this type of transformation is just super important to highlight, because sometimes we just kind of focus on the physical, but there are so many things that are changing in you from the day that you joined until now. Even if you've only been a coach for 2 months, like something has changed in your mindset and your beliefs. So just pay attention to those things. And I just wanted to shout out Sarah for this awesome post here. And then Robin made a really great post as well. Robin has been a coach for a few years, and she is very consistent on her fitness journey. She has made so many steps outside of her comfort zone this month, and I'm just really proud of her for sharing this post and showing up and inviting people to join her. She even went live on the team page yesterday or 2 days ago, which is so outside of her comfort zone as well. So I wanted to just kind of give her a shout out. And I don't know if she's on here right now, but if I could give you a hug, I would. So thank you for just being amazing, and I'm so proud of you. And then our Level Up Tribe Award Coach of the Week is Natalie. It has been such a pleasure seeing her lead by example. A lot of her ladies are on the leaderboard. You know, she also told me last week she made her biggest paycheck during this crazy time that we're going through. So I've definitely seen a shift in her business, and I just wanted to recognize her for that and just give her a shout out. So congratulations to you. And then if you have anyone else you want to shout out, now is the time to recognize them and shout them out in the chat while I message our guest speaker and see where she is. So does anybody want to recognize anyone in the chat right now? Oh, there's a lot of messages in the chat. Why doesn't it show me? It's annoying. All right, we've got Erica for getting on the call. Shout out to you. Welcome to the team. Rachel for going live on the team page. Yes, I did see your video. Awesome. Hold on a second. Oh, she just messaged me. Okay, cool. Is she here? Oh no, where did the video go? Everybody disappeared. That's awkward. Can you still see me? Okay, there we go. Wait, Randy. Yeah, Randy. Oh, what happened? All right, anyone can be a coach. This is driving me nuts. Okay, Randy has been able to make time for the calls. Yeah, I have seen her face on here the past couple of calls. Natalie for being an amazing leader. Emmy for getting me here. So cute. Awesome. Love it. Addison for coming back strong after having hip surgery and a car wreck. Oh my gosh, a week ago. Totally understand where you're coming from with that. I was in a car accident last month. It is definitely crazy, emotional, not even just physical. It's such an emotional thing too. Like I didn't realize that. So glad that you're here, Savannah, for 10xing your business. Someone signed up 2 hours ago, and she's on the call. That's amazing. All right. Is our guest speaker here yet? There's a lot. Oh my gosh, there's 25 of you on here. Where is she? She is not here yet, but we'll just keep shouting each other out while we wait. But hell yeah, to 25 people on a team call. That's awesome. All right, hold on. She saw my message. I mean, maybe she is here and I just can't find her. There's a lot of faces up here. No. All right, does anyone have anything that anyone specifically they'd like to shout out and like speak while we wait? Because she just saw the message, so glad to be on the call. Sammy for consistently supporting me and getting me here. Glad to be on this call. I'm glad you're here too, Courtney. Hey, can't see your face, but I see your name. I'm glad you're here. She'll be here, I promise. Oh, hold on a second. Let me send the link again. Did anyone see any good shows on Netflix recently? I would have talked slower, but I normally talk fast and I normally take too long, so I tried to like get through everything. Stalling for time, no?
Does anyone know what day it is? Because I feel like I don't.
Oh, the only reason I know what day it is because of Google Calendar. So.
Same time doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, well, Kelsey had her baby today. Kelsey Smith. She was on our call a couple weeks ago. So those of you who know her, she had her baby today. Little girl. Is it?
Yeah, Good Girls is amazing. I agree.
Yeah. Good Girls. Yeah, we've been watching that. We finished it. We gotta watch the new one that's on the TV now.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you, Jessie? I'm really confused what's happening.
Have you heard from her?
Yeah, she said perfect, and then I was like, "Oh, are you ready? Where are you?"
In a different time zone?
No. I was just on her call last night. I mean, hers is she's Eastern time. Yeah, how long are they in there?
Almost 30 minutes.
Maybe like 10 more. Sorry, we're cooking dinner and brownies and everything at the same time. All right. Well, how about, does anyone want to share something that they are personally proud of themselves for this week, or a goal that you have, or anything? Help me out here.
I'm going to shout out Sammy and Savannah quickly. I feel like since this year started, both of them have like shown up every single day, regardless of like the crap they've been going through. They're both teachers, so right now they're teaching kids from home, doing videos, whatever they need to be doing. But they've used this time to like really step into their business, and both of them are still sending me trackers every single day, even though we ended some group that we were doing for accountability. Both our businesses are growing, and I'm just really proud of both of you guys. So I just wanted to shout you guys out.
Awesome. Yeah, how did that group go? While we're on here, I might as well.
It was good. I feel like everyone's seeing the like aftermath of it now, which I figured would happen.
Mm-hmm.
2 to 3, 4 weeks after the group ends. So I think it went great.
Awesome. Happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm like scanning everyone's faces to see if she's here yet. Hold on a second. Let me mute myself, and I'm gonna call her on Facebook. Hold on.
While we're waiting, I'll share, I've had like a really good week sending the free trial to people. So just a reminder, I'm sure it's the same for all of you guys. Almost everybody I've been talking to lately has either lost their job or at least lost their pay. And I know Carolyn posted about this. It doesn't mean that we don't offer the full challenge pack anymore. Plenty of people still want that, but having the free trial option is like even more helpful, I feel like, right now than usual. So I think I've sent out 12 signups for the 2-week free trial. So just a reminder, or if you don't know that you can do that, you can always send somebody the 3-month subscription to Beachbody On Demand, and it includes the free trial as the first 2 weeks of that, and then they don't get charged. I mean, they can cancel it if they don't want to get charged after the 2 weeks, but I've just been circling back to everybody I've ever talked to who's told me no right now, and offering that, and just being like, hey, I know things are crazy right now, like I hope you're okay. If you need some at-home workouts, let me know. I can send you those today. And yeah, I think at least 12 or 13 people have said yes. So obviously it doesn't earn you Success Club points or any money, but the point is you're still helping people. So that's just felt good to do this week.
Yeah, I mean, and to go off of that too, my team's been doing that too in terms of like, there's also the free workouts that they don't even have to sign up for a trial for. So if they're weird about not wanting to actually like sign up for anything, you can send them the links to just free workouts. And I know like Meg Hill on this call, she's already signed up from our free group 2 people after like the first 4 days of the free group. So like you're building trust, like Emmy said, and getting people in the door, and in turn, like they want to work with you and they see the value. And most people say no because they don't trust you and don't think it's valuable yet. So I think it's important to give the free workouts, like she said, because it does open the door for people to see like, hey, like these workouts are legit, or hey, these girls are really awesome, or this could be something for me. So it gives them a chance to kind of, I guess, gives you a chance to earn their trust.
Yeah. And then they can join in on the virtual gym that we have open and actually see people. And I've already had one girl I know who just wanted the free trial. And I was like, let me send you the free trial. And she's like, actually, how much is the whole thing? And I told her, and she's like, cool, send it. Send me the link. Like, because a lot of people who told me no in the past, it was because they worked with a trainer or they went to a gym, and that's all unfortunately changed really fast right now. So even if people have told you no in the past, it's not a bad idea at all to just circle back around, because people are obviously having to make new arrangements right now.
Yes. Sure. I got in touch with her. She is coming, just so you know. She will be here shortly. But thank you for sharing those tips. Those are really awesome tips to be focusing on right now. And also it just is really nice to be able to help people with something, whether it's a free workout, a meal plan. Like, people are just so grateful for you to be able to help them right now. It's like, we've never gone through anything like this, and we're all kind of figuring it out together. And it's just a really beautiful thing that we have these tools. Like, we're able to help people. Like, this is a time for us to really step up and lead from the front and be the light that people need during this time. So there she is. Hey, Jessie. All right. So okay. I'm gonna shut up now. I know. But yeah, she is here. I just want to make sure I can introduce. Yeah.
And sorry, you guys, I just moved from Eastern time zone to Central time zone. So like every time people talk to me about time zones, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm still on Eastern, and I'm not. I'm on Central, and I'm having the hardest time making the switch. So I'm so sorry about that.
It's all good. You're here now, and that's what matters. We're excited to hear from you. So I'm going to introduce you really quick, and we're going to kick this off. So our guest speaker tonight, her name is Jessie, and we actually have known each other for maybe 2 or 3 years. We met at one of the Success Club trips, and we've seen each other at leadership events since then. And I actually had the pleasure of speaking on her call last night, and it's just really awesome that we do that within the network. We get to kind of intermingle with other coaches. It's okay. Dog mom life. He's gonna talk now because you're here. He's excited that you're here. So, but I wanted to just kind of give you a little bit of information about Jessie so that you know how awesome she is, because she's amazing. So she is a wife. She's also a mom of 2. She is 7-star qualifying, which was in February. So maybe, are you 7-star now, or you're still in qualifications?
We are in 8-star qualification.
8-star qualification. Awesome. So she is 8-star qualifying, 1 star in her husband's account, which goes back to that, get your spouse on board. Not kidding. Do it. And she is also a 3-time elite coach, which means that her team has achieved elite status, which I also mentioned a little bit earlier in the call. It means that not only Jessie is succeeding, but the coaches on her team are succeeding as well. And she has been able to help her team achieve that status for 3 years. She has also been able to leave her job 7 months into being a coach, which is incredible. And I know Beachbody doesn't guarantee any level of success or income, but that is amazing that she was able to do that. And also this also was from February, so this might be out of date now, but she is currently ranked number 21 in the network.
We're 26 right now.
26. Still just as amazing. So 26 in the network out of 300, 450,000 teams in the network. So clearly she's got some really amazing things to share with us, and she's got a lot of success. So success leaves clues. Get out your notebooks, your pens, your iPads, whatever you take notes on, and give your eyes and ears to Jessie as she just gives you all the amazing golden nuggets that she's going to share. So thank you for being here. I'll shut up now so you can just do your thing.
Thank you. And you guys, when she says all of that about who I am and in the business, I want to remind you guys that I started this business the same way you guys all did. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story, how I got started, and then I'll go into talking about just setting a vision for your business the day that you get started. And if you've been a coach for a year or 2 years or 3 years and you haven't set that vision yet, we're going to talk about that, because I truly believe that the business, anyone can do it. No matter who you are, no matter what you've gone through, no matter if you have a social media following or not, anyone can be successful in this business. So I was a single mom, and I actually got asked to coach 4 years prior to when I actually said yes. So a girl I knew asked me to coach, and I literally did respond. It was through Facebook. And I was like, no, that's weird. I was currently at the time drinking all of the time. I was getting blacked out all of the time. I wasn't a mom yet. And I wasn't taking care of myself. So working out was not a priority. Eating clean was not a priority. Like when this girl invited me, I literally thought to myself, why is this person inviting me to do this with her? Because this is not what I'm about. So I said no, and that was it. In on me like one other time, and I ignored her message, and I went on with my life. During that 4 years, I ended up having a baby. I continued to drink a lot after I had my daughter the first year. I wasn't really drinking because I was nursing, but then I kind of just got back in that because I was a younger mom, I was a single mom, and I really had no plan for my life. I had no idea what I was going to do, and I felt like nothing. Like I had no self-esteem. My friends all stopped talking to me when I got pregnant, so I had a really supportive family, but other than that, like the people that at that age, when you're 21 years old, you want your friends to like you, and you want to have people there to talk to about your life, and I didn't have that. So it made me get really depressed, and I was bartending and serving. I did go back to college and got my degree, but I continued to bartend and serve because I got my degree in applied behavioral science, and to do my master's, I was going to take on a crap ton of debt. And obviously I was already struggling with just affording to live with me and my daughter. I was living with my parents. I couldn't afford to move out. I had a lot of debt, and I just felt like starting my master's, what if I couldn't get a job? And what if I took on all of this debt and then wasn't able to pay it off? I'm like, I'm going to be stuck paying this off. I already had my loans from my bachelor's. So I just couldn't do it. So for the meantime, bartending and serving was my life. I was working 80 hours a week, and I was finally making friends, because if you guys have, has anyone ever bartended or served? You can share it in the chat. Oh, a lot of you. Awesome. So when you're bartending and serving, you meet a lot of people, but you also meet a lot of people that really just want to drink with you. So if you're not drinking, it's very hard to like have friends. So I would always get off my shift and I would always have drinks. Or when I wasn't working, if I could meet up with them, they were having drinks. So I continuously was drinking all the time. And I was bartending and serving between 2 jobs. I was working 80 hours a week. I taught dance, and then I was with my daughter the rest of the time. My daughter would wait for me in bed to get home because she didn't want to fall asleep without me there. And I would be working sometimes till like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and it sucked and I hated it. And I had a horrible eating disorder that I had been struggling with since I was 14, off and on. And so I would go through times where I wasn't eating. I would try to start eating, and I'd start to gain weight, and I would go back to my eating disorder because I would feel so uncomfortable in my own skin. And I'd go straight back to that eating disorder. And it was just like a cycle that I couldn't break. And it took my daughter turning 5 to eventually catch on to the fact her mom wasn't eating. And she started telling people that. So when we would be with family and be with friends, she would tell people my mom doesn't eat. And if you have kids, or when you do have kids, if your kids start telling people that, like, 1, you don't want them to say that, but 2, it breaks your heart. Like, I had a little girl that was looking up to me. I was her only parent. And she was seeing that, hey, my mom doesn't eat because my mom is so obsessed with being skinny. And my mom's constantly saying, I was constantly putting myself down, that I wasn't skinny and that I was fat, and saying all these negative things to myself repeatedly. And it was so hard. Like, I cannot explain how bad I felt that she was telling people that. But I continued to still do it. Like, it took me a little bit of time to really wake up and say, like, okay, I'm at a point I need help. My anxiety was so bad. I was getting so drunk and blacking out, because if you have ever had an eating disorder, if you are not eating and you are taking shots, you are going to black out so quickly. And I was blacking out all the time. So then my anxiety would be worse. I started going to a doctor, and the doctor kept running test after test, like colonoscopies and thyroid stuff. And every test, you guys, I would be praying that they just found something. Like, I wanted there to be a solution, but there never was. It was always more testing and more bills. And finally, the one time I was sitting at the doctor's office, my last appointment, and I was just crying. And I told them, like, I just want answers to why I'm feeling this way. Like, I can't sleep. I don't want to get up in the morning. I am getting extremely depressed and anxious, and I didn't want to go on medication. So I left that appointment, and I decided at that point that I needed to be better. Like, I didn't want my daughter to see her mom getting drunk. I didn't want my daughter to grow up and think that not eating was what she had to do to feel pretty. And I know that the society is going to put so much into her head, and social media, she is going to see so much. So if I didn't make a change, my life was never going to change. And she was 5, and I was still living at my parents'. And I'm so incredibly thankful and blessed that I had the help from my parents. But you don't want to be raising a kid at your parents' your whole life. And so I decided to start an Instagram. And have you guys heard of Tone It Up? Anyone? Some of you guys. So I started an Instagram, and I found like people that did Tone It Up. So I started doing those workouts. I had 0 followers, started doing those workouts, and then I ended up stumbling across my coach, who she was doing Tone It Up, but had just started Beachbody. So my coach, if you guys know her, is Ashley Smith. And when she started, she had just literally started her business. So she was a brand new coach. And I was listening to this girl share her story on Instagram, and she'd work out, and she'd share about how when she was teaching, she was going to be leaving that job, that she was going to leave her job at the end of that year. And like, she was brand new coaching. So I'm like, how is this girl doing this? And she would talk about how when she had kids, she wanted to be home with them. And she would talk about how she finally feels like she found something that she can eat food and control what she's eating. And it was literally like every post that she put up would connect with me and be like, I need this, I need this, I need this, I want this. And she invited me to sneak peeks, and I joined in, and it took me like 3 different sneak peeks. And then finally I said I was going to sign up, and my card didn't work. And like literally we were putting the right information in. My card didn't work. So I was like, well, that's a sign from God. I'm not supposed to do this. The next month, my card didn't work again. The third month, my card worked, and it was seriously so weird. And I had just used it as a sign that like I wasn't supposed to do this, because it was easy to tell myself that. And this third time it did work. And that's when I was like, okay, here we go. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do the challenge group, and I'm going to start to share my journey, because if she can do it, then why can't I do it? If she wants to be home with her kids, why can't I work hard and be home with my daughter? And how cool would it be if I was able to create this life that I haven't been creating for her, where she gets to have her mom home and she gets to see how to eat properly. And so, and right before this, right before that 3 months of me actually signing up, I actually had applied at a job. It was an 8 to 5 job. And you guys, this is how big my goals were at the time. All I wanted was an 8 to 5 job with weekends off, because I was bartending and serving, working all weekends, missed like family parties and all that stuff. So I really just dreamed of having an 8 to 5 job. It could have been $30,000 a year, and I was willing to just like accept that as my big dream, and that's it. And I wanted insurance too. So that was the only other thing. It's just good insurance and an 8 to 5. And I had interviewed for a company that was going to let my daughter get dropped off at school, or I could drop her off and then my mom would pick her up. And they had really good insurance. They flew to Paris like once every year as a team. And it was a very small, like little company. I had 3 interviews. And the third one, I really thought it was going to get it. And I knew nothing about this job. It was computer oriented. I knew nothing, and I didn't get it. And it like broke my heart. I literally was in Hobby Lobby, and I will never forget my husband now. I was on the phone with him, and he called to see like, did you hear back? And I'm like, I didn't get it. And I started crying, and he told me, God has a plan for you. And at the time I didn't want to hear that, because I wanted him to just be like, this sucks. But he said, God has a plan for you. And it wasn't to take that job. And then my card went through, and I started coaching. From day 1 of coaching, I've treated it like a business. I literally did not know anything. I had no social media following. I had no idea what I was doing, but I knew that I was very unhealthy. I knew that I was very unhappy. I knew that I was in debt, and I knew that I had no way of getting out of debt, and I needed to make these changes. So if I had something in front of me that could change everything for me and for my daughter, I was going to do what it takes. And I did my first 21-day training videos within the first 24 hours. I literally zoomed through those. I went Emerald. I signed up my mom. I called my boyfriend and told him that, hey, I'm signing you up. I'm doing this thing, because they said in one of my first training videos, you sign your spouse up. So I was like, okay, this is what I'm doing. And I asked my mom, hey, will you support me? It wasn't a fancy invite. It was, Mom, will you support me? I'm going to do this, and you can get healthy too. And so my mom obviously wanted to support me and did it. And then I reached out to my aunts. I reached out to my cousins. Honestly, I didn't really have friends, so I couldn't reach out to friends. But I reached out to the people that I knew. I went through my cell phone. I went through people on Facebook, and I just started really being intentional about what I was doing. My first month, I helped 27 people. And I want you guys to know I'm not a high success club number. That was my highest month ever in the business, my first month. Since then, I usually hit like Success Club 10, because I'm very much not a high earner, but I really look for my people, and I want to really intentionally work for my people. But because they told me in the beginning of my business that if you want to build a 6-figure business, then you hit Success Club every single month for 4 years. And in 4 years, you can have a 6-figure business. And I was like, okay, if that's what it takes. So I hit Success Club every single month. And on my vision board, I had that I was going to be a 6-figure earner in 4 years. And at 4 years, I became a 6-figure earner. But one of the big things that I realized is I wasn't pushing myself the way I could have. I could have moved that to 3 years. I could have moved up what I was doing. I could have helped more people. But I had in my head that it was going to take me 4 years to become a 6-figure earner. And when you put in your head every single day something, it is going to happen, whether it's you telling yourself you can't do this, or you telling yourself you can't hit Success Club, or you telling yourself that it's going to take you 10 years to be successful. Whether it's good or bad, if you consistently tell yourself something every single day, it's going to happen. And it's going to be what you truly believe. So I'm going to just share something. I just want to ask a couple questions before I talk about vision. So as a reminder, this business should be something that brings you joy. It should be your outlet to fall in love with yourself. It should be your outlet to dream big. And it should be your outlet you create a life you love. It's an outlet to do the things that are going to make you the happiest. But first, and you can share this in the chat, so I'm going to ask you a question, then I'll go back to the chat. Why did you want to become a coach? And I'm going to look at the chat. To find myself again, for a sense of purpose and fulfillment in my life because I didn't get it at work. To help people build their confidence. Honestly, to earn more income and have something to distract me from my boring 9-to-5, to help others while also helping myself, to build my confidence and help others as well, to stop working so many side jobs, to help others feel the satisfaction I get from being healthy, for the community. Awesome. Those are all super awesome. And you guys, the money one is something that I feel like so many people don't want to admit, that while we want to help people and we want to help ourselves, we want to create a life that we love. And if you are constantly in debt and you are getting bills to your house that you can't pay, and you can't buy groceries because you don't have money and you have to wait, and you want to buy yourself a new pair of shoes and you can't, or your kids want something and you can't, those are things that weigh on you. Or just you and your spouse getting into it because you don't have money, or having to look for apartments that maybe aren't the apartments you want, but it's the only thing that you can afford, or the house that you can afford. Money is such a big part of this, and it's okay to say, I want to be able to create a life that I love. I want to be able to create that vision. To feel like purpose in life and always want to help people. All right, awesome. Those are awesome, you guys. So my next question. Second, and you can share it in the chat, have you created a mission that represents what you want to do, and let your followers know your mission as well? And you guys can just share yes or no to this one. Yes, yes, yes. Heck yes, so many yeses. Awesome. And my last question. Oops, sorry, yeah. The last, vision. Have you sat down and wrote out your vision? Yes, multiple times. Awesome. Okay, so many yeses. So we're going to start first with why you guys got started. So when you are figuring out who your market is in this business and who you want to talk to, we, in the beginning of the business, we're like, we'll help anyone. We want anyone on our team, anyone that wants to join us and we can hit Success Club. Like, we want all those people. But the reality is you want the people that you're going to connect with. You want the people that have the same purpose as you have. Because if you're just signing up people to sign them up and they're not your people, you're probably not going to last very long in that relationship that you started. Because we start basically a work relationship together with everybody. So when you write out your why and you think about why you wanted to get started, you want to make sure that you are clear on that every single day. Because the reasons that you got started are the things that you should be sharing about on your social media, in your stories, and letting people know how this business or this community has helped you. So for someone who puts something about money, every time you guys get a paycheck, it doesn't matter if that paycheck is $30. You should celebrate it every single Thursday. Every Thursday in my stories, I share that it's payday. I want people to know that we get paid every Thursday. I want people to know that my coaches are having their highest weeks. I want people to know my brand new coach got her first paycheck. It's so easy to forget that we need to share about those little things. Even if it was $30, you guys, that's $30 you put towards a bill that you didn't have. That's $30 that went to groceries. That's $30 that if you don't do this once in a while, buy yourself something. Go on Amazon, buy yourself a cute shirt and share how I just got my first paycheck or I just got my weekly paycheck and I went and bought myself a shirt. You don't have to tell people my paycheck was $30. What you have to do is just show, hey, I get paid every Thursday and I'm so excited about this. And this week I'm rewarding myself with a new shirt. Or this week I'm putting extra money down on my student loans. Even if it's $20 extra, that's still something that your followers who are struggling with debt, they see that. And they're like, wait, she gets paid every Thursday. She doesn't have to wait 2 weeks. She doesn't have to wait a month to get paid. Oh, she was able to pick out a brand new shirt and buy herself something because she got paid this week. Those little tiny things are things that to your followers matter because so many people are struggling with debt and struggling with those money issues and they'll connect to it. Same with the community. If you joined because of the community, then you should constantly be talking about the community. You should not just be putting a boomerang up after this call, if you guys do those, but writing, if you're going to put the boomerang up, what are you writing with it? Because if you just write team call, love this crew to your followers, they don't know what that means. But if you guys write about how, hey, I just met these girls all on Instagram and here we are in all different states, in the UK, in Canada, and we come together to get a training on, writing out our vision and bringing joy into our business. For your followers, that's going to show them what you're learning. Even writing, hey, tonight we had an Instagram training and I didn't know anything about Instagram and so it was so helpful to me. Or today we had a training about confidence. I struggle so much with confidence and tonight's call really helped me. Also, something I encourage my coaches to do is when they get off the call or before they get on the call, talk about how you're getting on with your team. Instead of only having that boomerang, talk about how it fires you up. Let your followers know why these girls matter to you and why you're excited about it. And then with your Fit Club, go through and record and scroll some of the people checking in and constantly put that in your stories so people see that there's a community and a place to feel safe. Shout out your challengers who are checking in, the mom who maybe had 3 kids and still got in her workout today, or the girl that's working 20 hours and still got in her workout, the girl that got sick but still drank her shake. That community that you're showing them every day is going to be the reason they join because that's the reason you joined. And it's going to be one of the foundations that bring people to you. If you're super into meal prepping and that's your favorite thing to do, then you should be sharing meal preps all the time, sharing different recipes, talking to them about tips, going live on Sundays or whatever day you meal prep and talk to them about it. Because the more they get to see you and what you love doing, the more excited they're going to get. The biggest mistake that we make as coaches is we sign up and we see what our coach is doing or what top coaches are doing, and we all of a sudden become like them. We feel like we have to have the same selfies as them, and we have to have the same wording, and we have to do everything that they're doing to be successful. But your business is going to be the thing that brings you the most joy in your life. Beachbody to me, if I was not making money, is something I would do every single day because I honestly love it. When I go to invite people to the opportunity, it's because I love this opportunity and I know what it's going to do for them because I live it every single day in my life. So you want to make sure that your followers are understanding that. With writing out your mission, I love that so many of you guys did. You want to be clear on your mission and also let your followers know. I had a ton of coaches that had these awesome missions and they weren't sharing them. And they were like, well, I did share it that one time. And I'm like, Yeah, you shared it one time, but what happened a week later? If you're repeatedly sharing your mission, people are going to want to be a part of what your mission is if they're your people. And then when they join, they are feeling that mission that you have been sharing about. So for instance, my team name is Bold Faith Moves. It is from a sermon that me and my husband sat through. It was super emotional, and just we related to it on so many different levels. And without saying anything during the service, we walked out and we both looked at each other and said, that's going to be our team name. And we didn't have a good team name before that. We had like Living to Be Fit. It was something that we really had no connection to. I just made a team name. But the team name we have now is something that is so close to me and so close to my husband and so close to my team. And it's something that people share about all the time. And my brand new coaches, they share about in their stories because they know what it's all about. Our mission is to teach women how to be bold and how to be bold in the life that they live every day and the choices that they make. Because I want my coaches to know that this business, you're going to have people tell you no. You're going to have people that are mean sometimes. You're going to have people that act like what you do sucks or it's just an MLM. But I want them to be bold in knowing that this isn't a bad company. This isn't a bad business. This is something that can change their life. And I want them to feel so confident in that. And have faith. I want them to have faith that the Lord has a bigger plan. Now, I don't know what everyone's religion or beliefs or any of that is. For me, I am very big into my faith, and I honestly try to help my team start a relationship with the Lord because I know how much it changed my life, and I know how different my life has become the more that I pour into it. And my team respects me for that. And also, with having faith, I want them to have faith in themselves. I want them to know that they are worth more and that they can do hard things. I want them to have full faith that they can do anything they want in this business. And if they want to be top 10, we're going to get them to top 10. If they want to make $100,000 or be a millionaire in the company, we're going to get you there. If you want to go emerald or diamond or star diamond, we're going to get you there. So that faith is with the Lord, but it's also in themselves too. And the last one, part of our team name, is to make big moves. This business is about making big moves and doing things you wouldn't really do because you have to dream big. And that's going to bring me to my next one, is writing out your vision statement. Vision statement was something in the first 2 years of my business I didn't do. And honestly, I didn't even really know much about it. I did have like a little bit of a mission, but I didn't have my team name yet. So I didn't really have like a great mission. And I was more inviting to invite. And so I invited and I wanted to hit Success Club, but it really took when I found and sat down and I wrote out my vision. And I use the Rise Up Planner. If you guys don't use it, if you do use it, it's awesome. I love it. I use the Rise Up Planner with my business activity tracker, but there's a spot in there to write out your vision. What I make all of my new coaches do, right when they sign up to coach, I have them write out, take a pen and a piece of paper, and I ask them to just start writing. What would your life look like if you had nothing holding you back? Where would you be living? What kind of car would you be driving? How many kids would you have? What organizations would you be donating to? What would your house look like? What would your outfits look like? Where would you be shopping? Where would your kids be shopping? What kind of food would you be eating? This sounds so stupid, you guys, but one of my big goals always was to be able to shop at Whole Foods every week and not have to worry that I couldn't afford it, because Whole Foods is expensive. And that was one of my goals, is just to be able to freely shop at Whole Foods and never have to worry about money. So when you write out your vision, those are things that matter. My vision statement also is going to have in there about how we are building a new house in Illinois. We just moved here from South Carolina. So we are building a new house and I am super excited about it. We are picking out everything right now and in that process. But that was a huge goal. And this house that we're going to be building is a house that I had on my vision board. And it's a house that I knew exactly what we wanted when we were going to be able to do it. And in my vision statement now, I talk about how I wanted the center console and I wanted that open kitchen and family room so that my kids can bring their friends home and we can have healthy snacks on the table. And after school, we can sit and all talk. I wanted a place for us to pray. I wanted a place for my kids to play in a basement. And my vision statement told me all of this every single day. And when you're continuously reading that, you start to believe that it's actually going to happen. And then in my vision statement, I also have in there why I want to help these women. What do I want to do? And for me personally, I want to help women find a relationship with the Lord. I want them to help find their confidence in themselves. I want them to believe in themselves. I want them to be bold and have faith. And I want them to know that they don't have to dream small. I want them to dream big, because I can't believe that 5 years ago, my only goal was getting an 8-to-5 job. That's what I was going to teach my daughter. Like, that would have been my dream for my daughter is, hey, you're in daycare after, or grandma picks you up and I'm not home with you and I can't go to field trips with you because I'm just at work. And that wasn't really what I wanted in my heart. I just settled for it because that's what the world tells you. It tells you that's what we have to do. And so in there, I'm talking about the things that I want to help people with and the success that I want my coaches to have. And every single morning, my vision statement is 6.5 pages right now. So legit, like when I'm telling you sit down and just start writing, I mean, sit down and start writing. Nothing's holding you back. You can travel to wherever you want to. You can have a pool. You can live by the beach. I talk a lot in my vision statement about me and my husband have a really good marriage, but it's something that we want to improve on and just like get better in different areas. So in my vision statement, I talk a lot about growing our marriage and what I want our marriage to look like and what I want our kids to get out of our marriage. Because again, if something's important to you, it should be in your vision statement. I have a coach who wanted to write a book this year. So for her, writing a book was something that should not be put on the back burner because she became a coach. She shouldn't just be sending invites nonstop and making that her life, that she doesn't work on a book that she's really passionate about and has wanted to write her entire life. And that's the part that you have to realize is your vision statement and everyone else's vision statements are going to look different. But when your vision statement is the things that are going to bring you the most joy, when it's improving the relationships you have in your life, when it's what you want to dream for your kids and for your family and for your future, you really start to fall in love with the life that you could live. And every single morning, I read my vision statement. My coaches know if I'm traveling, whether it's for work or not for work, if it's with my family, I read my vision statement every single day, every 6 pages. And it's so important to me because I tell my coaches, I don't want you sending invites if you haven't read a vision statement, because why are you sending those invites? Just to check it off? You should be sending those invites knowing that I'm going to change these girls' lives today. How can I help girls find the Lord? How can I help these girls start having confidence? What can I share today that's going to align with my mission? It's not just about putting up that selfie or getting in that workout. It's so much more than that. And having that, the things that bring you the most joy. For instance, this girl that was going to start writing her book, she now gets to share about that in her stories. And she gets to connect with girls about the things she's writing because it's based on her life and it's personal. And she talks about that all the time and connects with people. I have a girl on my team who loves IPAs, and she on Thursdays, a lot of people do Thirsty Thursdays with like water and stuff. Her Thirsty Thursday consists of different IPAs, and she talks about the IPA that she's trying out that week or that she loves that week. And she connects with a lot of girls who love IPAs. That's where she looks for her market. I have a girl who loves Disney. And so every Wednesday she puts up a Disney quote and she shares about Disney stuff all the time. They got married at Disney. They traveled to Disney all the time. And it's something that in her vision statement, her dream is to one day live by Disney World so that they can go all the time. So when she's sitting down to work, she's not just sitting down like, I'm tired, I hate this, I have to work, like this sucks. But she's reading that vision statement. And then she's inviting people to dream big. And she's so clear on why she's inviting them that it doesn't feel gross or weird. And honestly, you guys, if you're scared to invite, then you got to get more clear on why you're inviting these girls And the other thing is you have to ask yourself if you really believe. Do you push yourself hard enough in your workouts? Do you follow the meal plans? Do you constantly show the results? Do you get out of bed and rock your morning? I'm a huge believer in miracle mornings. I get up at 4:30 in the morning because I have a son who's crazy and needs all my attention when he's awake. So I get up at 4:30 in the morning and I work until my kids get up at 6:30. But I also, when I get up, it's not easy, but I know the life that I'm trying to create. And you get to live your best life. So maybe getting up in the morning isn't part of is part of your best life. I know me personally, when I wake up at the same time as my kids, I lose my patience. I feel all over the place. I'm being tugged as a mom and as a business owner, and it's a hot mess. And I just get like angry and it doesn't work. So for me to personally live my best life, that means doing those miracle mornings. It means getting out of bed. I use the Start Today journal. I read my vision statement. I use the Start Today journal. I do my scripture. I do my personal development that is personal to me. And then I do business development. And usually that's a book like my team just did, Built to Last, is our like business one, which I highly recommend if you guys have never done it, but it's really, really good. And I start my mornings with that. But a lot of times I see coaches come in and they want to build a business, but they aren't actually living out their best life at home. So if you're struggling in certain areas of your life, say you're struggling with your results, you have to ask yourself, where can I improve there first? For nutrition, for the workouts, like what do I need to do differently? Every year up until this year, I have done every launch that happens. Right when they launch, I do them no matter what. Bar was launching, and it was the first time that I had to be true to myself and say, I can't do 6 weeks of bar. I'm a huge into lifting. I compete and do bikini competitions, and I love that. And I know 6 weeks of the bar, is it a good program? Yes. But I knew personally, is that going to bring me joy? And it wasn't going to bring me joy for 6 weeks long. So I did once a week do a bar program and fill that in on days, but I did Body Beast because that's what brings me joy. So make sure in the programs that you're doing, if you're hating your workout that you're doing, don't force yourself through it. Maybe you need to switch it up and do Transform 20 because you're really short on time. Or maybe you want to put on a ton of muscle, so you're going to do Body Beast. Maybe you want to do Insanity Max 30 because you want the best freaking abs you can get, and I swear that program gives you the best abs. But be true to yourself and make sure you're always asking yourself, is this bringing joy to me? I listen to 2 podcasts every morning, Empower Her on Monday mornings, and then I also listen to Naked Marriage because, again, one of the things I wanted to improve this year was we wanted a stronger marriage, and we want to be able to help our team grow stronger marriages. So for us, that means putting extra time into areas that we weren't, which means listening to podcasts, reading books, and doing things that relate. It also means weekly date nights with my husband because we had to find out, hey, if this is an area that's important to us, how is this going to help us grow? Now, weekly date nights or listening to a marriage podcast, you might be thinking, well, it's not going to grow your business. But if I'm in the best state of mind and if I'm feeling so freaking good about my life, I am going to share so much better on social media because I'm happy, because I see the joy, because I know what this can do for everyone, because it's an outlet to live your best life. It's an outlet to show you that you can do anything and you can create anything. And the more joy that you feel every single day when you lay down to go to bed, if you're like, man, that was such a good day, what was it that you did? Because that's what you need more of. I used to, in the first 2 years of my business, tell myself like, oh, I just worked 8 hours. No, I didn't work 8 hours. I scrolled a lot. I did a lot of random things on there. And my 8 hours was basically very unproductive and a waste of my time. Now I set timers for every single business activity that I do. So every single morning I set timers and I go off of timers. In Beachbody Champions page, I just led a live power hour in there last week or the week prior. So if you guys want to see how I do them with my team, you can jump in there, and it was live. But I set timers, and I encourage my coaches to set timers and really stick to it. If you want to grow a business, you can't just sit down and say, here we go, I'm working my business. You have to sit down, you have to know your vision, and you also have to focus on the things that are bringing you so much joy. And if inviting is not bringing you joy, then what do you need to do differently? Because what are you not liking about it? If your program is not bringing you joy, what do you need to do differently? All of those things are things that constantly, like, we are in a spot that you get to decide what your life is. Every single day, you get to live out your best life, and that's going to look different to everyone. So figure out what that looks like to you, and even write it out, you guys. Like, if you don't have a vision board, create one. I create a vision board every year. But you also want to be clear on the things that you enjoy so that you share those all the time. Something I struggled with a ton when I was in Beachbody was, well, I still am in Beachbody, but in the beginning of my business, I really love lifting, like I said. And so I always struggled that if I was in a gym, then I'm like cheating on my company, and I felt guilty and bad. But it's okay, because for me, if my social media knows I love lifting, if they know I love doing legs in a gym, then that's okay. They're going to follow me because they know that I'm doing what I love all the time. I'm drinking my Shakeology. I'm using my pre and post workout. But my husband is a gym goer. He has done some programs with me. And honestly, I love leg days in the gym. I have really weak wrists. And if I'm squatting at home, I can't sit and do 50-pound squats and, do them for deadlifts and all of that stuff. In a gym, I can squat 120 pounds, which for me brings me joy. It makes me feel strong. It makes me feel good. And so me doing that once a week doesn't mean I'm a bad coach. It doesn't mean that I'm not just Beachbody. It means I'm being true to what brings me joy. And my challengers and my clients and my coaches, they all respect that. And I think that's why even people who join me, sometimes I have girls that are just gym goers. And that's because they know I'm into lifting. A lot of coaches that end up on our team are girls that are into lifting. And it's because that's what I'm into. And I continuously share that over and over. So make sure that you focus on the things that bring you joy. Do you love a certain band? Do you go out every Thursday and listen to them? Do you love like pizza nights once a week? Do you love certain beers? Do you love shopping at certain places? Like, think of the things that you love and then continuously share about those things on your social media, because it's what makes you you. And it's going to make people want to do what you're doing because you're your happiest. If you are just showing up on social media because you have to, that's when you hate it and it drains you. And then all of a sudden you start telling yourself like, I'm so busy, I just can't do this, or I'll hit Success Club next month. And really, that's just you not doing the things you need to be doing. If you're doing the business activity tracker every single day, you're going to hit Success Club. If you're sending, and we talked about this with Caroline on our call last night, but if you're sending 5 invites a day, and at the end of that month, you see that that didn't work, the next month, you're not sending 5 invites. You're sending 10 invites a day. Because if that didn't work, you're going to reflect and see, what do I need to do different? There was a coach, and I forget who it was, and it was like a year or 2 years ago. She hit Success Club 150. And when she hit Success Club 150, everyone was like, oh my gosh, what is she doing? Teach me your ways. How does she do that? And now we have people who hit like Success Club 500, like Ashley Molstead, which is just crazy. But when she hit it, that was like a really high number, and everyone wanted to know what she was doing. And she made a YouTube video, and I remember watching the video, and she said, I'm just doing what everyone is supposed to be doing, and I'm doing more of it. So she said to help 75 people that month, she sent over 1,000 invites. And she asked in her video while she was like getting interviewed, and she said, when you ask yourself about your business, do you look at other people's numbers and think like, oh, it's easy for them, or they're doing this and I can't do this? Or do you look at it and think, hey, maybe I need to up what I'm doing. Maybe I am starting to scroll too much. Maybe I am sending less invites, or I'm skipping that activity altogether. Maybe I'm not really being strict with my nutrition and I need to get back on track. Because that's also something that I stress to my coaches. You personally are your storefront. So the things that you are doing, the things that you're sharing with people, that's your storefront. They know what they're going to find when they come to your page. So if you want them to get healthy recipes, or if you want them to get recipes that maybe you switch to healthy, or maybe it's not even healthy, but you have one night a week that you make some fun recipe and you want to share that each week, then do that. But make sure as a coach that you're always asking yourself, are you feeling your best? Are you doing personal development that's personal to you? Are you doing the things that you need to do to really feel good inside and out so that you're your happiest version? Because you guys know when you're working out, when you're taking care of yourself, that you feel that good, that you are feeling on fire. You know when you're getting on team calls, when you're getting people that are signing up, when your team's taking off, you are feeling good. But most people are not sending 1,000 invites every month. But so many people wanted this secret to how she helped 75 people. And she said, how many of you guys would have been willing to get 900 no's, over 900 no's, to get to 75 yeses? Most people would have stopped inviting way sooner than 900. Most people get 20 or 30 no's and are like, oh, I suck, I can't do this. But to get to 100, 200, 500, 900 no's in 1 month and still keep going, that's the work that no one saw. People just saw that end result, but they didn't see that that girl was just determined to make her goals happen. Her family was about to lose their house and she had to make a certain amount of money. So she was doing whatever it took to get there. And that's why I want to remind you guys that anyone on this call can be successful. There is no secret sauce. There is no, oh, well, it's easy for her. No one has it easy. We all have our own issues. We all have our own problems that we're overcoming. But if you show up every single day and you know, like, this is my vision for my life, no, you're not going to want to every day. Like, you're not going to. I can tell you even right now, there's plenty of days that I don't want to get out of bed or I don't want to do things. But I also know I want to build this dream house for my kids. I also know our next step is to own a lake house or a beach house. And so what do I do when I have extra downtime? I'm not a big TV person, but I'll sit and look on places and look at houses because we're deciding between a lake house and a beach house. So that's what I look up all the time. And I share with my followers all the time that this is our next big goal, because I want my people that are watching, anyone who's following me, to understand who I was, and I consistently share that, but I also want them to see me pushing for goals. And I want them to also start to just dream a little bit from watching my story. I want that girl who's on the other end of that phone who maybe was so far in debt that she used to write checks for her groceries and have a few days before it cashed to know that she can do more. I want the girl who really is like, I would love to own a beach house, but that could never happen, to know, like, no, it can happen. You just have to work for it and you have to want it and you have to dream it. And that's what I constantly do on my social media, is I'm sharing those things to let them into my goals, to let them into my dreams. Our team is pushing for top 10 this year and 15 star. And it's very, very big goals, very, very scary goals. But one of the things I realized, we were at a retreat that I was hosting last year, and my girls, I was talking to them and I kind of said, like, you guys have never said this, but I would love for us to push for 15 star. And my team was like, what do you mean? Like, why haven't you ever told us that? And I'm like, well, because it's a big goal and it's scary. And my team said, yeah, but you tell us to dream big and you tell us to put up scary goals and you make us dream big. So why are you not putting out that you want 15 star? And that's what you want for our team. And also another girl said, if you're not dreaming that you can get to 15 star, then why would we dream that we can get to 15 star if you're the one leading us? And it was such a reminder that as a leader, even if you're brand new right now, you guys, you got to dream big. You got to believe that this business is going to change every single part of your life, and that you have to show your followers and your coaches and the people that are trusting you right now that you're going places. I don't know for sure if we'll get top 10. Are we pushing like heck to get it? Yes. But I also don't know if we will. But do I share it on my social media right now that that's why we're working extra, that that's why we're helping more people, that that's why we're hustling? Yes. Heck yes. I want the girls to know that if they come onto my team, I want them to know what we're trying to accomplish together as a team. So make sure that you're clear on that as a leader. Even if you're a brand new coach or you're an emerald, you guys dream big. What are you trying to achieve by the end of this year? You can go 1-star and 2-star and 3-star and 4-star and 5-star. Like there was someone that went like 2-star to 15-star one year, and you can do big things like that. But you have to ask yourself, are you like very serious about it? Or are you having those doubts? And everything is going to come back to that vision statement that you read every day. And reading my vision statement, and the reason I also do the Start Today journal is I think it's so important to write down that I am these things on paper so that I'm also in that mindset. So when I'm talking to my team, that when I'm on calls like this, that when I'm talking with family, that I know what this is going to do for our life. And every single year, we're going to move closer. And so dream big, but first be clear on your vision and really have that mission for your team. Because if your team doesn't have a mission, they don't know why you guys are showing up every day. And if you're only showing up to hit Success Club, that sucks. But when you're showing up because you know what's going to happen if you keep hitting Success Club and you keep helping people and you keep changing lives, everyone on your team is going to want to start showing up because they're going to be so clear on why they are doing it. Success Club doesn't make you have joy. Success Club is nothing outside of this. If you went up to people and were like, I just hit Success Club, it's so cool, people would be like, cool. Even if you went up to them and said, I'm an emerald, I'm a diamond, I'm a 15-star diamond. No one knows what those ranks are outside of this business. But if they know you're pushing for a big goal, and I have my girls, if they're pushing for diamond or even emerald or 1-star, whatever it is, I have them talk about it on their social media. Because if they're pushing for something big, I want their followers to know because it gives them extra accountability when they're pushing. But it also shows that they're serious about it. It lets their followers know they're pushing and we make it happen. Maybe it doesn't happen the day that they wanted it, but we're not going to stop until it does happen. So eventually their followers will see that they hit that really big rank that they've been pushing for a long time. And how many, do we have diamonds on this call? A couple. You guys, diamond, I cannot stress this enough, is not hard. And this is the last thing I want to say. Getting to diamond is something that every single person on this call can do. And you can do it fast. The thing to think about, I just made my dad diamond in 2 weeks at the end of last year. So I know that it's not hard. And I know that anyone could do it because I wasn't anyone fancy. I wasn't anyone that knows anything extra that you guys don't know. I was just a girl who was ready and had my vision and my dreams in the front of what I was doing. And I was ready to go and I was ready to hustle. So when you're pushing to build to diamond and you might have been pushing for a while, I know that people start to think like, oh, I missed it, I can't hit it, or it's hard, or we start to tell ourselves these things. But you guys, it's inviting people continuously and use discount coaches. You're continuously inviting people, hey, I'm starting this group. Do you want to be a part of it? And when you invite them, if they do, and you sign them up as a discount coach, you're saving them money if they stay on it, but also you're excited about it. And so you should always ask all your challengers if they want to be a VIP member / discount coach is what I personally say. But I just let them know that after the first month, if you're really loving it and going to stay on it, it's going to save you some money. And I show them a price breakdown. So the majority of people I sign up are going to be discount coaches. And when you're going for diamond, majority of people that hit diamond have lots of discount coaches under them. It's not a team of all business builders. That'd be awesome if it was. And I pray that that starts to happen for everybody. But reality is it's probably not going to. You're going to have a lot of discount coaches that are there getting results. But those girls that are getting results in your challenge groups are the girls that you can also get feeling so good. So make sure every single Thursday, I do a post in my challenge group every single day, but every single Thursday, my only job that I do is checking on my challengers. So that is like my big task of the day, and then I fill other things in. Thursday, every single challenger of mine and discount coaches, regular coaches, everyone gets a message from me, and I check in with them and I ask them how their week is going, and I look in the challenge tracker app and I just pull it up. How many shakes have they logged? How many workouts have they logged? And then I literally tell them their numbers. Hey, I saw you logged 1 workout today or this week, and you didn't log any last week. I am so freaking proud of you. Like, how are you feeling? Do you feel so good about that? I am so big at meeting people where they are at and not making people think that they have to do 7 workouts or 5 workouts or do every single day. Because if you haven't been working out for 10 years and you start a journey, it is going to be hard to start committing. It's going to be hard to get out of bed. It's going to be hard to do it late at night, and it takes time. So every Thursday they get a message from me and I'm cheering them on. I have a little Google Doc with everybody's names on them. And what I do is right next to their name, it says what program they're doing. So I also am able to say, because let's be serious, I don't remember, like I have the worst memory. I'm able to say like, how's 21 Day Fix going? What day are you on? You're on day 14 today. That gives me time to build that relationship with them. And that's why a lot of my discount coaches switch over to Actively Coach. It's because they're feeling so good. And if I listen to a good podcast, I share it in my Challenge Tracker app. If I make a recipe that's good, I share it in the Challenge Tracker app. I am constantly adding value to them, and I'm constantly talking to them about scripture, about marriage podcasts that I'm listening to, about confidence podcasts I'm listening to, and I'm sharing that stuff with them because that stuff your challengers need too. And again, the most you can pour in, the more you can pour into them and get them feeling the best, the more that they are going to want to do what you're doing because they see that joy. And those little private messages that they get on Thursdays are the messages that I think mean the most to them because it's outside the group and they know it's something I'm actually sending. And I just usually voice send it. So it's me and simple. That is basically it. Sorry, I always try to make it in like a half an hour and I never do. What questions do you guys have? Any questions?
Thank you so much for all of that. Listening to you talk about your team and your vision and your mission, it's just like such a, I always say this wrong, a breath of fresh air. It's just really nice to see like someone who is not only super passionate about, you know, just her own vision and her goals for herself, but also for her team. And it's really cool that you're building your dream house now. You know, that's something that you've had on your vision board and you're living it out and you've been dreaming about it for so long and now you're actually doing it and you're doing it because you showed up for yourself consistently and because you have that vision. So I think that's super important to remember, you know, like you said, these people that you see achieving these goals, you know, they're not special. They're just regular people who showed up and did the work and put in the time and had that dream. Like if you don't dream it, then it's not going to happen for you because you don't have that, you know, idea that you can even get there. So thank you for I have some notes that I have written down on my iPad over here. My pen was broken, so I had to type them. But does anyone have any questions, or do you want me to maybe send them over to you and you can, like, I can post something in my team page? I know it's kind of late and I don't want to keep you too long, but.
I have a question.
You
Can I ask it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think a lot of girls on this call are some newer coaches, some that is their first call, some their second call. And so I think like in terms of advice that you would give for them to get their business going and help them, you know, hit Emerald right away in their business and get the fear away from it being a scary goal because we know it's very attainable and easy. What would be your biggest advice for brand new coaches to help them hit that first rank in their business?
My advice for brand new coaches is always that from day one, treat it like a business. You didn't invest a lot of money in it. You only invested stuff for your products, but treat it like you invested $100,000. Treat it like all of your savings is into this and that you are a CEO of your business, and then be excited. You are starting something that is brand new. And Shanti actually was on a call for our team today, and he said, when you're starting something, get excited. Like we start to focus on all the business parts of it that we forget to just simply be excited. If you went to a restaurant that you loved, the food was so good, you would come home and you'd tell your family about it and your friends about it and tell them they need to go. If you went and saw a movie that you absolutely loved, you would tell everybody about it. When this business is put in front of you and you're loving how you're feeling and the results that you're getting and the opportunity to dream big and having a community like this, you should be telling every single person about this because it can change their life. Emerald and Diamond too, you guys, is something that's a choice. I tell my coaches Emerald in the first 24 to 48 hours because it's something that you can do right out of the gate. You talk to your parents, your siblings, your spouse, your besties, and you invite your friends like, hey, I'm so excited. I'm kicking off this program. It's 21 days. Do you want to do it with me and be my accountability partner? It's not some salesy pitch that you're going to put on them. You're inviting your friends to just do it with you. You're inviting your mom to do it with you. Right now, every morning on Zoom, I have 5 siblings, and my parents are crazy. I don't know why they have so many kids, but I have the best parents, and my parents are working out with me because we're living here while we're building the house. And my siblings, we all get on Zoom and do 21-day fix together right now. So that's the impact that you can make on your family. And that's the impact you can make on your friends. So make a decision that you're going to go Emerald. 24 to 48 hours is completely doable. And even if you can't do it right then, you're going to build that momentum because you're getting invites out. Once you go Emerald, Diamond's the next thing. Diamond, you are not going to start making tons of money, but it is something that your followers are going to see you are serious about the business, that you're rank advancing your business, that you're moving forward, and they're going to see you as having success. And when you can go Emerald right away and you get to Diamond, your confidence in what you're doing with this business is totally different than someone who sits as an Emerald coach for 2 years. Because when you're sitting as an Emerald coach or a brand new coach for so long and not helping one, you get discouraged. But you forget that you can't get discouraged. You have to ask yourself again, like, where do I need to find the joy? What is bringing me joy every day? Something I'm super intentional about is like taking walks with my family every day, not just because of what we're going through with this virus. It's something that we do every single day, 1 or 2 walks, or we go for bike rides. And that's something that's going to bring me joy. So when you're doing these things that bring you joy, inviting is going to be fun to you. Turn on some music, pump yourself up, and start to invite. And just be really intentional that, and also something to know, people will say no. Don't let that discourage you. I've gotten tons of no's. I still get no's. To me, a no does not mean they're not going to join. It means they're not ready yet. So maybe your mom and dad said no. Don't let that be like the end for you, but just know that like, okay, well, I'm going to keep inviting people until I find my 2 people that want to do this with me. And that's all you can do. But make it a goal to go Emerald right away. Make it a goal to then go Diamond. And what we do on our team is Emerald in first 48 hours, Diamond within your first 3 months. Because I teach them that like, it's not hard. And I know it's not hard. You just have to continuously show up and know that helping people every single month, you guys, Diamond, simple breakdown for even brand new coaches. Say you go Emerald this week, you send out some invites, you get people signed up. And even if it's someone like your mom, maybe your mom doesn't want to join, but maybe she'll buy the challenge pack to start, but she's not going to like stay on Shakeology, because I have a lot of people whose like parents will do that for them. Then order Recover in that account, and you can just be getting your Recover there and your Shakeology in your regular account, because they only need 50 PV. And that way you're keeping that account active, but you're already halfway to advancement. So it's super, super simple. But when you say you hit Success Club 5 your first month, you help 3 people get started, you sign them all up as discount coaches because they're super excited. You want to give them a discount. The following month, those people are getting results. You're checking in on them. They are sitting at your table, and you are making sure that you are serving the people at your table. And the next month, you help your next 3 people. They also sign up as discount coaches because you told them about the VIP membership. And so now you have 6 coaches under you. The following month, you're going to do that again and help 3 more people. You guys, from there, you're basically already have all your 8 coaches for Diamond. That's how simple it is. Like, it is that simple. And if you want to be a 6-figure earner, then try to help 5 people a month. If you can help more people, awesome. But I want you guys to know that in this business, it's about feeling your best first, and then doing the daily activity tracker every single day. As a brand new coach, just start sharing your journey and be excited about it. You don't need a million YouTube video trainings. You don't need to know everything. You need to be excited about your journey and just start sharing the reason that you love it. Share that you couldn't do push-ups before and now you can do 2. Share that you weren't working out for the last 10 years and now you just completed a workout at 5 o'clock in the morning. Share that you never have meal prepped in your life and you just meal prep for the first time, or you're reading your first personal development book. And don't just pull out a personal development book and put it in your stories and say like doing my PD or fueling my mind. I encourage people all the time to share something about it. Hey, I was just reading this and it totally spoke to me today, and I wanted to share it with you guys for anyone who might need this reminder. And I literally read it to my followers. And that might sound weird, but if it's speaking to me and helping my confidence, I want them to hear it too. I want my followers to hear it who might need to hear it. And so treat your business as a brand new coach that same way. And in 5 years from now, you're going to be doing the exact same thing that you're doing right now. That business activity tracker is life. It is literally my go-to since I started my business until what I am doing now. There is no secret sauce. There is nothing. Just I did that every single day. I made sure I send invites every single day and did everything on there. I didn't just go to sleep at night, and I made it work. And you guys can too. You just have to really want it and be clear on it. But get off the call, write out your vision statement. That's where it starts first, and then start to share. And my last tip for you guys is that you might do not watch each other's Instagrams. Like continuously stalking any coach only makes you feel like you can't do what you need to be able to do. And it makes you feel like you can't be successful because you're not doing what she's doing. I don't love to share tons of stories, so I don't share tons of stories. If that's meaningful, I'll share it. If it's just stupid crap that no one needs to know, I don't share it. That's just me personally, because when I go to someone's Instagram, if they have tons of stories, I don't want to watch tons. So be true to what you're saying, and also get ready. I don't know if anyone's like me, but I don't care. I literally straightened my hair yesterday, put some dry shampoo in it, and that's it. And I probably won't do my hair again this week. I'll wash it and just throw it in buns. So I take pictures when my hair is done. Today, I took a few pictures in different outfits in different places in my house and outside, and I'll use them throughout the week, and I'll plan out posts so that I know. If you get the Rise Up Planner, there is a week where it has you fill in your posts, literally. So when I go into every single week, I know what I'm posting every single day. So it's not like I go do my workout and then I try to take a picture and I look bad. So I try another angle and the lighting's bad and I go outside. I know what I'm doing with my posts every single day for that week. I know if I'm sharing a recipe, it tells me in my notebook on Tuesdays, you're sharing this recipe. On Wednesdays, you're sharing a picture. We do a lot of like marriage stuff. So a lot of times I do a marriage post once a week. So I know what days I'm doing that. And then I can grab pictures that I had, or I can go take pictures and I'm ready to go on my social media. Cool?
Thank you.
And just as a new coach, get excited. I can't like stress the fact enough that you are about to be someone who can change every single part of their life. And it is amazing. And I will tell you, we became a 6-figure earner. We have done a lot with this business, and I'm extremely proud of everything my team has done and everything. But more importantly, having my daughter look up to me and tell me thank you and how proud she is of me because of these changes I made outbeats everything. And those are the things that like literally matter more than anything, is your people in your life seeing you be the best version of yourself. And that's what I wanted out of this. I wanted to be the best version of myself, and I wanted to teach my daughter how to do the same thing. And that's what I was able to do with this. So just remember that everything you're doing right now is really to make you the best version of yourself and to help you get through your struggles, and use this as your outlet to help other women that are struggling with the same thing. And you can do so freaking much with this business, you guys. Like the first elite call that we got, my daughter literally sat at the table and got to be on the call with me when I got it. And those kind of moments wouldn't have happened if I didn't believe in myself when I started coaching. And if I didn't set those big visions for what this was going to do. Because if you just sit back and you're like, I'll see if this works, or I'll go emerald when it happens, or diamond when it happens, you're not going to live out what this can really do for your life. And everyone deserves to feel their best and to show their family what they're capable of.
Mic drop. I was kidding.
I'm
No, are you sweating now? I always sweat when I do team calls.
I always sweat on team calls too, and it's funny because I don't sweat during workouts like ever. Even when I ran my marathons, I don't sweat, but I sweat a ton on team calls.
Well, thank you so much for spending time with us tonight. We really appreciate you being here. So many awesome golden nuggets that you've shared, and I'll get the recording up in the team page so you can share it with the coaches who maybe weren't able to make it to the call. And I hope to see you guys on our workouts in the morning or in the afternoon. Just start plugging in and sticking to your journey and sharing what you love about this business with the people that are following you, like Jessie said. And if anyone does have any other questions and you want to maybe send them to me, and I can maybe send them to you if that's cool.
Yes. And always feel free to ask me something. If you have a question, like, you guys can find me and message me, and I will answer anything for you guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a great night, ladies.
Have a great night. Bye.